Now, back to the question of time pressure on the LSAT. And so time pressure, of course, time pressure is real. Aside from the content of the exam, the timing adds another level or layer of difficulty. And so that's why in that study plan framework I laid out, learning, accuracy, sections, exams, and review, phase 3, which is sections, that is where we introduce the timing, where we're giving you timed 35-minute sections to work on your pacing. And I want you to introduce that relatively early in your prep once you've built a strong foundation in that section, because it's really important. The exam is so unreasonably timed that most people are doomed to run out of time before reaching the end. And so you've got to get used to basically speeding up, not getting bogged down, blasting through the easier questions so you've built up a time bank to do the tougher questions later in the section. And personally, I might even flag 3 to 4 questions in a single logical reasoning question to skip, come back to at the end, so I can knock out anything else that might be slightly easier. So for example, personally, I might flag parallel reasoning questions or flag principal application questions or anything tough on science or philosophy or aestheticism, things that I just don't like. And I'll say, I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm going to come back to it at the end after I've knocked out everything else, because everything's worth the same. Why get stuck on one hard question when there might be easier ones later that I could knock out and then come back to the harder ones? So that's one way I deal with time pressure, is I just skip stuff. That's for logical reasoning. Then for games, I maximize use of previous work, previous drawn diagrams. And so every valid hypothetical scenario I draw for a game, I save it so I can come back to it later when I'm solving more global general questions. And so I might do the orientation question first, then the local if questions that require drawing new diagrams, then the global general, like must be true or cannot be true or could be true questions, where I can use those previous diagrams to potentially eliminate some choices or maybe even get the correct answer right off the bat. Then for reading comp, like I said, I'll do the global main idea questions first, then the local questions, then the general inferential questions that require more reading between the lines. So I do things in an order that works for me. So I'm doing the toughest stuff last, and I'm building my understanding of the passage or the game as I go. And then, just doing lots of time sections, lots of timed exams, just practice. Practice helps you improve your pacing and improve your endurance at the same time. And ideally, I'd want you to do at least 10 full-length timed exams prior to test day. So you've really got a lot under your belt, so that when you're walking in on test day, that new exam you're taking that actually counts is just another one in a long string of full-length timed exams up to that point. So you're really just going through the motions yet again, but it's nothing totally new for you. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.